All right, let's talk about something funny today. It's not really funny. It's actually something that's happened in the car culture that I actually find pretty disappointing in most recent years, and a lot of it's on YouTube. And one of the reasons I started making videos is I just thought, this isn't right. But let's just talk about the trailer queen. The bus or car that you build, you end up with so much money in it. And, in my opinion, you might as well have left it in the barn because it's an unhappy car, because it's sitting in the garage, never gets started and driven. The trailer queen car and the garage captive car that's been restored, because what happened is the guy was building it. He wanted to do everything right. So what happens is you end up putting so much money, so much time, so much effort that you never drive it. You never end up driving it. You're afraid to drive it. Every time you get in it, you're the guy at the show who shows up and he's got the sign that says, "Do not touch." Okay. You know what I'd like to put a sign on my car? Please carefully touch anything you want on the car. So when my cars are at the show, I love it when a kid reaches in, touches the steering wheel because he's never seen one of these, and he gets to touch that paint and feel the old metal cars, how they were. And and you know what? Because I don't put so much ridiculous amounts of time in my car, if for some God forbid reason some kid scratches my car at a show, you know what? I just tell them, look, things happen, no problem, I'll touch it up. And they go, "Oh my God, really?" I go, "Yeah, no problem, no big deal. Things happen." I mean, I don't like it when kids are unsupervised, and stuff like that at shows, or whatever. I find that kind of irritating. But you know what? If things happen, if I'm on the way home and I stop somewhere, some random cart rolls across the parking lot and puts a little dording in the side of my car, I just go home and fix it. It's no big deal. That is a much more happy way to live, isn't it? Most of the stuff that I do is pretty much within the specifications of typical body shop standards. And, restoration shops, a lot of them have some real uber standards that they're trying to create. And basically, a lot of them are creating museum pieces from their cars. They're basically building a car that, is something you just stand there and look at. And to me, that's death to that car. The car is dead. It's just as dead as it was sitting in the garage, rusty as hell, and never being driven. So you see that metalwork behind there, that you can see the stuff. Of course, that's on the inside. When it gets painted on the outside and that door panel gets on there, you never see it. What do I call that stuff right there? I call that stuff battle scars. Those are battle scars. That's real. The car has 215,000 documented miles on it. Got the receipts in there from this thing when I got it. Really cool. And to me, that car is, it just, the story and the history that somebody actually drove that car, for me to take all that away from it, it's just not the same anymore. I'm not saying leave a giant fat run in your paint job. I'm just saying make it nice. Make it as nice as, make it nice without going so crazy that you spent uber amount of time that you never drive it. I mean, is something like this junk? Is something like this something you wouldn't be proud to drive? On this car, when I sit in it and I see that original paint color and I see the little bit of orange peel in it, it just tells me that this car's done, and it needs, and it wants to be. It wants you to turn the key, start the engine, and get in it and go down the road. Why would I take that away from my car? In my opinion, those cars that are uber restored, unless, like, say, for instance, it's a really rare car like a split window bug or a barn door bus. You know, I mean, who's going to drive a 25 horsepower car to show all the time? It's just not something that you're going to do. And of course they're up to the hundreds of thousands of dollars value. But man, a normal car like a split window van or an early bug, doing it too nice, doing it too nice. And I'm not saying don't make it nice. I'm saying make it nice, but just don't spend all your life on that car. Because if you spend your whole life on that car, you know what? You missed however many years that you would have spent, driving that car or having fun with your family. It's just like everybody's one-upped in the car culture. They've gotten to this point where they are making them so perfect that you don't even want to drive it. The whole thing is gone. The whole happiness of the fact that you had an old metal car is gone. And why? Because you wanted to one-up some other dude? So when I tell people that you have OCD if you went too far, I don't think that's an understatement. Make a comment below. Tell me what you think about that. Anyway, just a little bit of an irritating thing that I've seen happen over the years. And, that's why I started making videos on rust repair and doing stuff. The stuff I do isn't wrong. Yeah, like Chris got out the grinder and took these down after I did them with the welder. Do you see anything wrong with that? That is a strong repair. These things that I do are not junk, okay? The way that I do it and it's not done to where the car is not going to be safe anymore. It's just a faster way to get you behind the steering wheel and get the car going, get the rust repair taken care of, and make it so that it works so you can enjoy the car again. It's just the car culture. This is the way guys did this stuff 20 years or 30 years ago. And you get on YouTube now and you see all these guys that butt weld everything, make it all look perfect and everything else. And then you feel like, well, heck, I'm inferior. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I've tried. I get, people, I'm just telling, I could probably do it, but some of you guys might go, hey, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to, try to do it. And you get frustrated and you give up and you quit and you get rid of that car and the car's unhappy again. You know what? My cars, when they're going and they're driving down the road, they're happy. Every one of my cars is happy because it gets driven. And the trailer queen, nah. Museum piece, nope. Might as well left it rusty. Might as well left it in the barn. That's my opinion. Anyway, if you agree, disagree, make a comment. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.